Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really radical idea about wealth, inspired by a philosophy called the 33-degree path to vibrational wealth. It basically says that everything we've been taught about earning money, the whole hustle and grind culture, might be completely backward. The real source of prosperity? Well, it might be hidden right inside our own minds. So the whole thing kicks off by hitting us with a question that's kind of hard to ignore. We're all told that hard work is the key to success, right? But if that's true, why are so many incredibly hardworking people still struggling just to get by? And the answer, according to this way of thinking, has almost nothing to do with how much you sweat. It's about something much, much deeper. It's about understanding and then taking control of the invisible forces inside you that are actually shaping your reality. Getting this one concept is the key to everything else we're going to talk about. Okay, so if it's not about working harder, then what is it about? Well, this brings us to the first big principle, the law of vibration. The idea here is that we've been looking at wealth all wrong. It's not something you go out and chase, it's something you attract. So check this out. It's a huge mental shift. On one side, you have the idea of earning it, treating your time and physical effort for a physical reward. But on the other side, you have attracting it. This is about becoming a magnet for wealth by aligning your inner energy, your vibration, with the frequency of abundance itself. I love this metaphor they use. Think of your mind as a radio receiver. If you're tuned into the station of scarcity, doubt, and worry, that's all you're going to hear in your life. It's the only broadcast you can pick up. To hear the music of prosperity, you have to consciously, deliberately change the station. Okay, so if we need to change our mental station, where's the tuning dial? According to this philosophy, it's deep inside the control room of your life, your subconscious mind. So think of your subconscious as this incredibly powerful, obedient servant. It doesn't argue, it doesn't judge, it just takes whatever commands you give it and works 24/7 to make them your reality. And here's the absolute kicker. It cannot tell the difference between something that's actually happening and something you are just vividly imagining. So how do you give this powerful servant new instructions? Well, it's not about logic or willpower. The subconscious speaks a different language. It only responds to two things: intense emotion and constant repetition. You have to literally feel the reality of what you want, over and over and over, until your subconscious just accepts it as the new truth and says, okay, boss, let's make this happen. Now, this kind of deep mental work isn't just about changing a few habits. No, this is a fundamental transformation of who you are. The path symbolizes this journey as an ascent, kind of like climbing a ladder through different degrees of awareness. The text suggests that, honestly, most of us are operating in these lower degrees. Down here, you're basically a puppet of your own past. You're living out the old, limiting programs you picked up as a kid, that money is hard to come by, that you're not good enough, that life is just a struggle. But the whole point of this path is to reach what's called the 33rd degree. Now, this isn't some secret club. It's a state of inner mastery. It's the moment you stop being a puppet of your past and you become the conscious architect of your own future. You take the strings into your own hands. But, and this is a big but, there's a price of admission to this higher level. You have to be willing to let go of your old self. All the comfortable stories, all the familiar excuses, they all have to go. You literally have to be willing to burn your old identity to the ground so a new one can rise from the ashes. So what does a master at this 33rd degree actually do? What are the tools in their toolbox? It really all boils down to one central power, the alchemy of belief. Now, this path totally redefines the word faith. This isn't about religion. It's presented as a practical mental technology. Faith is defined here as conscious certainty. It's that unwavering conviction that acts like a bridge, connecting your invisible idea to its visible physical result. So how do you build that certainty? Well, the real creative power comes when you get three things in perfect sync: your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. When all three of them are telling the exact same story, you create this incredibly powerful, coherent, magnetic force that just pulls your desire right to you. And here's a wild technique for making that happen: gratitude. But not just for what you have. No, this is about feeling deep gratitude for what you want before you even have it. It's kind of like a Jedi mind trick on your own subconscious. By feeling thankful for it now, you're signaling that it's already done, and your subconscious goes to work to prove you right. All right, we've arrived at the final and maybe the most subtle and most powerful teaching in this whole philosophy. It's what we could call the paradox of mastery. Okay, so here's the paradox. When you desperately need something to happen, that feeling of neediness is actually a vibration of lack. And that desperate energy literally repels the very thing you want. True magnetic power comes from detachment. It's wanting something, for sure, but being totally okay if you don't get it. That confidence, that certainty, is the vibration that attracts things to you, almost effortlessly. The ultimate realization on this path, the final stage, is when the whole idea of you being separate from the things you desire, it just collapses. You stop seeing yourself as attracting wealth from the outside world. You realize you are its creative source.
So the huge takeaway is this: your wealth isn't coming to you. It's not something you need to go out and get. It's already here, inside you as a potential. Your only job is to align your inner world, your thoughts and feelings with it. And when you do that, the outside world has no choice but to obey. And so the philosophy leaves us with this final, powerful question. It frames all this knowledge not as just some interesting lesson, but as an active choice. The gate to a new reality is open. The only question left isn't whether it's possible, it's whether you're willing to rise and walk through it.